Alright everybody, this is Austin of the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. As always, going out, shopping, grabbing what I can, especially for cheaps, so that I can show them all to you beautiful, lovely people. Now, usually when I go to Goodwill or something, I don't typically get something that I'm just like, oh, I'm keeping that. It's not usually the scenario. While I do think all of this stuff's beautiful, it's just not what I collect, and it's not, in line with the collection that I'm putting together. Now, I like to make videos about all this stuff, and I admit I'd like to make some money off of this, but mostly I just want to look at things, identify them, learn about them, show them to you and teach you about them if I can, or learn about them from you, and just see how that goes. But yesterday I went to Goodwill, and I found something that I wasn't the only one who was a big fan of. I got a couple of Japanese plates, hand-painted in Japan. It says so on their butts. So, let me show you the first one. Now, I think this is an absolutely beautiful little plate. I mean, obviously hand-painted. And what a gorgeous thing. I love the grass down here. I did explore this one a little bit without you guys, because really, I'm a huge fan. I love Japanese art, hand-painted stuff. But yeah, I mean, even though this says hand-painted in Japan, which makes it, I'm going to say 30s to 50s maybe. I hadn't really looked at the mark. Can you see that? Mado, China. Let me try and stop squiggling so much here, because there is like a mark in the middle of that mark that I'd like to get in there. Doesn't look like my focus is going to do it, but hand-painted Japan. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Now you can see that little mark, and we can all look that up together later, unless you guys find it before me. The plate holder is actually rusty on this, so I mean, it's been around for a while, So I'm gonna set this right over here in no danger. Okay, we've ensured no danger. Now we've ensured no danger. I don't trust it. Set you right there, baby. Now we'll ignore the thing that the girls are all excited about for a second, but it is that thing right there. Okay. So we've got a couple of little lusterware vases. I'm sure one of you guys taught me what this is called. This pearlescent gleam on dishes and stuff. I guess that's called lusterware. These appear to be unmarked, but if I had to guess, I would say Japan. Maybe somebody like Bavaria or somebody. Oh my word. What in all that is good and holy? Wow, okay. You know what? I don't edit stuff. I do all these in the first take. I just talk to you about what I know. And sometimes you're going to hear the buzzing of a phone call or something. You know what? I was using an editing software that was free, that I was sort of content with. No mark on either of those. And it was going all right. But I realized it was taking my videos out of high definition when I spliced them together for some reason, and I couldn't get it to stop. So now I'm just not editing anything. This is a little Japanese bear. I think he's super handsome, but he is missing his fish. He would have fish salt and pepper shakers that he was holding. Just a little Japan mark. He's hollow for some reason. Got a hole in his side. I don't know what that's about, but kind of interesting. Oh, you know what? I think I'm missing a light here. Yeah, let's do another light, right? So we got another little lusterware piece. Windsor, Canada. Ugly little dog. I do like him, though. Got a little bow. And he's actually a pincushion, which I think is pretty good looking. I love sewing stuff, so I really appreciate him. Artesania Rinconada. little fella. We got 4 of those now. 4 pieces from these artists. 2 brothers. Just a little ceramic dog, who I thought was pretty charming. I like his little eyes. Let's see here. Okay. Get a little bit of this stuff moved back so we can talk about a couple of the bigger things. This little pitcher and dish, who obviously match each other. Let me get this right. By Adrienne, Japan. Handsome little rooster. E2360. And look how gold that handle is. Good crawl. And then his little accompanying dish with the same sticker. And isn't that handsome? I know. You don't gotta tell me. I'll tell you. My first piece... Oh, jeez. Jeez and craw. My first piece of carnival glass here, I think. I researched that a little bit. I do think it's carnival glass. I forget the maker, but usually they'd be in a set. I just saw the one, and you know, he was $2, so I was like, you know what? I'm not just going to let him sit here all lonely without his friends. I'm going to let him come and hang out with some of my glass, and I bet he'd have a bunch of buddies. They'd be like, oh, you're so fancy. And he'd be like, you're so fancy. And then they'd all have a little glass party, and everybody'd be super jazzed to know each other. Nobody else? Alright. Alright. I'm going to leave that alone then. Nobody else has fancy glass parties in their imagination? And look how fancy this boy is. Probably real gold in the enamel. And yeah, that is just exceedingly handsome. Came with his own little spoon here. This is harder for me when I'm looking through the camera. You know what? I should have taken that out. And there's his mark. Very handsome little piece. Come on, buddy. Hand-painted Nippon. Oh, you know, we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. I was just going to say, did we even do the mark on the first plate? But we totally did. What else did we get? Got 2 of these. Little pressed flowers, framed. I'm sure not the oldest things in the world, but I do like them quite a bit. Handmade in Austria. Floralp, Tyrol. 1172. So they're definitely vintage. They're almost 50 years old. 50-year-old little dried pressed flowers from, what did I just say? Austria? So these are Austrian flowers. Alright, now let's see what all the hullabaloo is about. Girls. Oh, hold on. Let me sneak this in on you. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know if it's any real sort of art glass or anything. It's just a square vase. Could just as easily be from Hobby Lobby. I have no idea. Alright. You bunch of weirdos. I want my mouse plate. Here we go. Now, isn't he extraordinarily handsome? I absolutely love the design. This might be my favorite thing I've ever gotten from Goodwill or anything like that. Yeah, he's a hand-painted in Japan plate. And I'm gonna pick the camera back up and I'm gonna show you his design and borders just a little bit. He's got a Moriagi border that's super fine. You know, usually these later pieces of Moriagi, 20th century Moriagi, got really heavy. They just love to put big globs of it on there. But somebody was very restrained with his use of enamel on the side of this. And I think that border is just absolutely lovely. So yeah, a little hand-painted in Japan plate. I'm going to give you a shot of him again. It's a mouse eating a lotus seed from a lotus bud, I think. I could not think that's more handsome. And here we go. Hand painted Japan. I've actually never seen a mark quite like that. I don't know who that was. I haven't even got a good guess. It's got another vintage plate holder on it. So yeah, I think I did very well on this. I mean, I really probably am going to keep them, but I do think if I decide to sell them, and you know I hate to do this to my friends, but if 5 people freak out about a thing, you can't just give it away to anyone. I mean, I'd like to send this to somebody that would appreciate it more than me, but first off, you'd have to appreciate it more than me, and I don't know if you're capable. And, and you know, like, I'd have to charge you actual money. Because I'd feel super dumb if I didn't. Listen, this is Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I love all you guys. It's so fun hanging out with you. Thanks for the spelling correction earlier, Lisa and Jonas. Man, really appreciate that. If you guys aren't my friends on Facebook, we tend to have a fairly good time over there. I like to think anyway. We don't exclude or knock anyone. We're all cool with new information, you know. It's really a pretty nice place to be. Someone told me the other week that it was becoming one of their favorite corners of the internet, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everyone being so nice while they're on my page and, you know, just having nice things to say and do. It's super nice. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. This is Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I absolutely adore you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do what you want.